Hey everybody, David here, and we're going to be taking a look at one of the new races, the Gnome Svirfneblin, the Deep Gnome, that was just now recently introduced in the Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Sword Coast Adventures Guide. And when you choose a race in Dungeons & Dragons, you are going to get a multitude of racial features. And the gnome is going to get some ability score increases just for being a gnome in general. And when you choose, whatever type of gnome you want to be, whether it be a forest gnome or a rock gnome, or in this case, the Svirfneblin or deep gnome, you will also get some more racial features on top of the core gnome. So the core gnome features, first off, you're going to get a +2 to intelligence. Next, for the age of your gnome, they usually mature at the same rate of humans as but they settle down in their adult life around 40, and then they can live quite a long ways, from 350 to 500 years. So it's actually quite a nice long lifespan for the gnome. Gnomes are often good, but for the alignment, it's ultimately up to you what you want to play. This is what I always tell my players also. I really let them play the character how they want to play. I don't I'm not a big stickler for alignments, but when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you can play your character any way that you want to play. Alright, so for the size, you're going to be a small creature, which has its benefits, believe it or not. You're going to be about 3 to 4 feet tall, and you're going to weigh about 40 pounds. So you're actually pretty small. And to go with being small, you're going to have little bitty legs, and you're only going to be able to run about 25 feet a second, like the dwarf and the halfling, and the other larger races like the human, elf. They're going to get 30 feet. So you're going to be stuck at 25 feet, but it's no problem. You're small, and you could actually take advantage of cover a lot easier than the larger races can. Alright, so next you're going to get dark vision, and this is where you're going to be able to see, because the gnomes are accustomed to living underground in caves and other subterranean depths. So you're going to get a 60-foot range to where if it's darkness out, you'll be able to see if it was dim light. And you can only see in shades of gray. Next you're going to get Gnome Cunning. And this is where you're going to have advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws against any type of magic. And in case you don't know what advantage is in D&D 5th Edition, it is basically you roll twice and take the highest roll. And this will give you advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma throws against any kind of magic. For languages, you, the gnome, will be able to speak, read, and write Common and Gnomish. Now, like I said, there are different subraces. There's the rock gnome. There's also the forest gnome, but in this case, this is the deep gnome. This is the Svirfneblin. Now, the Svirfneblin, or deep gnome, they live in the most darkest depths of the Underdark, and they have adapted to the subterranean depths more than what's a normal gnome would. And for that, the deep gnome, or Svirfneblin, is going to get some more traits. And like I said, you're going to be able to keep all the traits that you already get for being a gnome. And being a deep gnome is just going to give you a little bit more. So you're going to be able to add 1 dexterity also by choosing Svirfneblin. So you're going to get a total of +2 to intelligence and +1 to dexterity. Now, your vision is also going to be upgraded. So your dark vision will no longer be 60 feet, it will now be 120 feet, which is basically double. You're also going to get stone camouflage, and this is very nice. And this is where you're going to have advantage on dexterity stealth checks to hide in rocky terrain. And like I said already, advantage is you roll twice and take the highest roll. And then you're also going to add another language on top of your Common and Gnomish. You will add Undercommon, because Undercommon is basically the common language of the Underdark. But anyways, there you go, everybody. What do you guys think of the Svirfneblin? I like the Svirfneblin. I would play one if I was in an Underdark campaign. I don't see why not. I really think Stone Camouflage is really strong with advantage. So, in the comment section down below, tell me what you think. Would you play one? Would you not play one? Why or why wouldn't you play one? Please also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And until next time, happy gaming.